a little over a week ago on August 31st, there was kind of a major announcement in the amusement park industry, and it kind of went under the radar.
Yeah, not many people were talking about it.
So one thing, as coaster enthusiasts, one thing that we want our parks to have innovative rides. We want different experiences. We want
new coasters and new models that come out.
Yeah, and for that to happen, a lot of times you need a wide variety of manufacturers. And right now, there's a lot of manufacturers that are out there. There's Intamin, B&M, Gerstlauer,
RMC, GCI, there's a ton.
So you have all those manufacturers, and a lot of them give you different kinds of experiences. And Intamin in particular, and RMC, I guess, are kind of the two coaster manufacturers known for giving you some like crazy experiences.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of the ones that will make your Velocicoasters, your Pantheons, your Top Thrill
and also go innovative, above and beyond.
Yeah, they'll do stuff that
no other manufacturer, especially Intamin, with like Millennium Force, first coaster over 300 feet, Top Thrill Dragster, all that stuff.
And then you have manufacturers like B&M that's more known for being safe. And
they make like wing coasters that are just some good rides, nothing special, dive coasters, just some very safe, good coasters.
So anytime something big happens and maybe a new manufacturer starts stepping up in the industry, it's only a good thing for people like us and for people like you guys. So on August 31st, what possibly could have happened that was so big and so great? Zamperla released a brand new coaster model. They released their Lightning launch. Their Lightning launch isn't really talked about, and none of these have been purchased yet. If you go through Zamperla's website, you can find all sorts of roller coasters that they designed that no one has really bought. The Double Heart, and some different kinds, some family launch coasters, some family coasters. So this hasn't been purchased yet, but the fact that they've been investing so much money into their research and design for their roller coaster, for their thrill coaster department, and the fact that they got the Top Thrill 2 contract at Cedar Point for them to redo Top Thrill 2, a lot of people are saying, okay, this might catapult our Zamperla into that next level and maybe make them compete with a company like Intamin.
Be the new Intamin, because Intamin really has a bad relationship with a lot of parks because they're pretty unreliable. Really, the only parks that use them is like SeaWorld parks, and then still in like Europe, they still build some coasters.
Universal Studios
works with them, but it's pretty much as long like the US, it's SeaWorld and Universal.
Now, Six Flags just started working with Intamin again on their
on the
Ultra Surf coaster
at Six Flags Over Georgia.
So maybe that means that Six Flags is starting to trust them a little bit more, or maybe it's just this model was something that they needed and wanted, and they were willing to work with Intamin for that. But all in all, Intamin is pretty expensive, and Six Flags is cheap. So Six Flags doesn't really work with Intamin because of that. And Cedar Fair, obviously the bad relationship that they have because of all the
unreliability and all the accidents.
And safety
like
issues.
There's been some accidents, stuff like that. Yeah.
So we're going to kind of go over, we meant to do this video last week and we just got so busy and tied up with other things. And then I started thinking, okay, maybe some other channels are going to start doing some videos about this, but I haven't really seen anyone talk about this. So we're going to still do this video and still talk about it.
So this coaster really looks like Zamperla's version of the Intamin Blitz or Terra coaster, whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a multi-launch coaster. And I think what I saw here in the stats, it only has a top speed of 58 miles per hour. So that's not some extreme coaster, but all the elements and all the things involved with it look like they're on that.
Yeah, kind of.
They're on that path.
Yeah, they're on. It seems very much like Velocicoaster and Pantheon.
Yeah, a scaled down version of that. But maybe they think like, okay, maybe this is something that parks will trust them in because it's not too crazy, and then maybe build off of this. So we're gonna watch over this video.
So
they have a stall. That's one thing that I noticed. They have an inverting top hat.
which is very interesting. Like, Intamin doesn't really do inverted top hats, so, and like, it's not common at all, so that's definitely a unique thing.
At the end of this video, we'll kind of talk about maybe a couple parks that might be good contenders
stuff
for
that
having
we
something
could
like
see,
this.
Yeah, parks that we could see this going to.
Yeah, so this one is going to be really interesting. So, okay, yeah, start watching the animation. So right now they're just kind of showing a lot of, they have a heartline roll, and they go through and name all these inversions and all these elements later on in this video.
So quick transitions into the stall. Stall, very Intamin-y.
Very RMC-y.
Footprint can accommodate, so here's what it says. Footprint can accommodate other Zamperla attractions and become a standalone themed area.
Okay, so if a park has a lot of room to expand, maybe they're looking to build a main coaster and then a couple smaller Zamperla flat rides
and
to go
dedicate
into.
A whole area to it. You can definitely be able to do that.
It'll be Zamperla land.
Launch number 1.
So you got your first launch out of 2. This coaster has 2.
So
and it goes straight into the inverted top hat.
Yeah, so the first launch into that, definitely unique. Airtime hill, this pretty large, oh wait, no, it goes there. A swoop turn, some S curves, a 0G stall, there's a nice basic name that we know.
Yeah.
A ground hugging turn, snake curves.
And then into the second launch.
Second launch that goes into an Immelman. They'll probably, oh, it's actually called an Immelman on here, look at that. A dive turn, that looked like just a turn, but a high turn, a change of direction, a high speed turn, a change of direction.
And then a heartline roll, we know that.
A fast turn.
A fast turn into
These
another
all look like the same
airtime
thing.
hill.
Airtime hill, into the brakes.
Into magnetic brakes. Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's fancy Zamperla.
So here's a POV.
And it looks like a fun ride. It looks like something like Mack Rides does similar stuff to this.
It could be something
a more tamer launch coaster, but this looks more in between, like
a little bit more like Intamin. Hopefully the launches will be more powerful than Mack launches, because Mack launches are known for being very forceless.
So I was beginning to say, like, maybe this would be something in between a Velocicoaster and a Copperhead Strike. Maybe something that fits in the middle of something like that.
I could see that.
Maybe.
A little less focus on hang time,
Yeah, Copperhead Strike and Mack, these Mack multi-launches are very hang time oriented, and I'm not a big hang time fan, though it looks like the Immelman, it looks like you hit the second launch into the Immelman, and it looks like you're going to get a lot of hang time on that, because it looks like it kind of goes kind of slow through there. A lot of quick turns and quick transitions, that's something very Intamin-like and a lot of fun, things that I really look for in a coaster.
A dive turn, a high turn.
Yeah, I don't know what all these...
Change of direction, high speed turn. Are there any trick track double ups on this ride?
And a heartline roll, so that's like a heartline roll and a 0G stall. Those are only really seen together in something like, what, Velocicoaster?
Mm-hmm.
They have the Mosasaurus roll.
But it's pretty much a heartline roll, sort of.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Similar. It's a little bit different.
And then they talk about a lot about their lightning train, which Top Thrill 2 will be getting.
And the coaster coming to Playland in Vancouver.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's an Intamin coaster that they bought and redid.
Mm-hmm. So the lightning trains will also be going on that one.
And these lightning trains fit, I think, 20 people, it said.
And then just one example of Zamperla's custom design work. So many custom design works for Zamperla. Optional energy storage available.
Need to store that energy.
Dynamic 2 launch layout. definitely really good hang time in the back row, or like towards the back of the train on that. So here we go. So max height,
101 feet, which would be the top hat.
max speed 56 miles per hour or 90 kilometers. Track length 3,524 feet. Capacity 1,300 people per hour.
That is huge. That's
really
a big.
good.
That's a big number.
That's really good.
That's more than you would expect for a train that only holds 20 people. And this, I know at some point, I don't know if it's said it yet. I don't think it has. It said that this can run either 2 or 3 trains, I guess, depending on whatever the park wants to buy. And that will also affect the 1,300 people per hour. That's probably for the 3 train operation.
Passenger height restriction 48 inches. Some parks might change that.
Cedar Fair is known for raising
it. Yeah, they like to raise
height requirements.
Yes.
And they're kind of just focusing on that right now. And that is it for the video, for Zamperla's video. This is something that really, and we made this video called a game changer, because anytime that you get a new manufacturer really coming into the industry and coming into their own...
That's big. Because, like we said, you have a bunch of manufacturers that you know are known for thrill coasters. Here's another, Zamperla.
Zamperla has been around, I think, since like 1966.
They've been around for a while, but they've always been known for a while for flat rides.
Rides, and even like the little rides that you go and coin-operated rides in malls and stuff.
Yeah, apparently they make those.
They do stuff like that, and they do flat rides, and then smaller kiddie coasters, family coasters, stuff like that. And now finally they're breaking into the thrill coaster market. And we've been to Luna Park at Coney Island, which is a test.
It is a Zamperla operated amusement park, correct?
Yeah, it's all their test rides.
So they have like there's Thunderbolt coasters. They have a coaster also called Thunderbolt. So they have that there, and yeah, just all that testing ground.
And none of them are that good, honestly. Like Thunderbolt
wasn't that good of a ride. It is an older ride, so it is not a new Zamperla. So
so you can't judge them on that. But I'm just talking about everything that Zamperla has done and is known for, and then moving into this.
Nothing. Like years ago, I thought of Zamperla and it was like flat rides. I don't know. You don't think much of them. And we're gonna have to wait a while to fully see what Zamperla could do, because with Top Thrill 2, it's just a spike, so it's not like
they're just adding the launch and a spike.
Yeah, so it's not like you can really fully see what a new Zamperla coaster will be. So Zamperla is also kind of going the same route as like Vekoma, with really trying to up their game.
Yeah, they started out kind of like
like Vekoma did thrill coasters before, but they were really bad. Now they're making really good coasters.
Okay, now let's get into some parks that we think might be perfect fits for this ride. One park comes to mind definitely right away. Yeah, and that is, even though we did a video about this park and we predicted a different coaster model going there.
But they can get multiple coasters. That's usually amusement parks get multiple coasters, in case you weren't familiar.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I could see
usually
what we predicted. So our prediction was for
Kings Island.
So
Kings Island, like before we said a surf coaster would fit really well there. I still think that.
I still think that. And one of the reasons that we said that, really quick, was because it's a stand-up coaster, and Cedar Fair is moving a lot into a lot of the tradition and the throwbacks, like with Zambezi Zinger and with Wild Mouse, and we figured King Cobra was such an iconic coaster at Kings Island.
They had a
stand-up coaster, so they can move that in there. But there's a huge plot of land over where Vortex was, and so something like this, it fits exactly what they need: a launch and inversions, which so does the surf coaster. So either one, or they could get
both.
They'll fit both in there. They'll just
Yeah.
put them both in, and they'll just intertwine, and it'll be really cool.
But yeah, Kings Island definitely comes to mind because something like this would fit, but like you can't see Cedar Fair working with Intamin for something like this. Another park, maybe Canada's Wonderland. Canada's Wonderland could get something like this. They are definitely in the market for a good launch coaster because
Yeah,
they
what do
have,
they have in
they
the
have
launch?
Backlot Stun Coaster
Okay.
and now Snoopy's Racing Railway. But that's it. That's the launch coasters you get there. So they definitely need some launch coasters there. So that would fit really well with Canada's Wonderland.
And that's perfect because it's Cedar Fair, and right now I think Cedar Fair is kind of paving the way, almost the way that Six Flags paved the way for RMC, and then it was like a couple years down the line before other parks like Hearstgen for Silver Dollar City, they started getting RMCs. So I think that Cedar Fair is kind of going that route. They're going to pave the way for Zamperla, and other parks might see kind of how they go and see how it works out and then start jumping on the bandwagon after the fact. So yeah, Kings Island, Canada's Wonderland. Any other come to the top? Like, I would think almost Carowinds, because we did another video about prediction for Carowinds.
But they have a
Copperhead.
coaster exactly the same. So yeah,
Copperhead
Carowinds,
strike me.
Cedar Point. Some people might think Cedar Point. They also have a coaster the same.
Yeah.
Maverick. So neither of those parks.
King's Dominion is working on the area where Volcano was,
Still nothing that has gone there.
and Volcano was a launch coaster. So maybe something like this.
They're in the same group as Kings Island because both Kings Dominion and Kings Island both have a Backlot Stun Coaster and a Flight of Fear. And that's the only launch
Those
coasters
are only
that they
launch
have.
coasters, and those aren't good launch coasters.
Like Backlot Stun Coaster is a fun ride. We enjoy it, but it's a family coaster.
Yeah, it's not
Flight of
something.
Fear is what it is.
But Kings Island or King's Dominion, one of the kings, I really think, or Canada's Wonderland. I think
So I think they're all good contenders to get this lightning, whatever it's called, lightning launch.
Lightning launch coaster. So that is it with the news from Zamperla announcing their new lightning launch coaster. Let us know down in the comment section what you think. Let us know what parks you might think that would be perfect for it, or if you have a home park that you think, I would love to have a coaster
what park
like
do you
this.
think this could go to?
So thank you for watching this video. We appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, go down, subscribe. That always helps us out. Like the video, comment like we said. And if you feel like it, go down into the description and there's a link to a channel membership page. And that channel membership gets you things like exclusive videos, exclusive pictures, exclusive shout outs like these people right here. They all went down in the description and joined our channel membership page. So we appreciate them so much.
They helped us a ton. They get exclusive videos, exclusive content, all sorts of exclusive content.
So that's wonderful of them. We appreciate them so much. So if you want us to appreciate you, just kidding. We appreciate you just for watching, just for subscribing, all that. But thank you for watching the video. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys right here next time on Beach Cliff Studios.